Not a whole lot's changed. This is pretty much sort of going to plan at the moment, I would say. 4 hour probably shows us all the detail we want. Yeah, we had that break in the main trend recently. That's the one that we could see that, oh, who changed it that pink? Bloody hell, you guys. That was the, no doubt, that was the main trend that we're looking at for a break, which would sort of kick off a downtrend. We've failed to make that higher high, so that was sort of another one. We've made a lower low, so we've technically started a little downtrend within itself just here. So this is most likely where the pullback's going to occur. We have pulled back a fair bit, which is good. I'm still looking for a bigger drop. Somewhere around this sort of level here would be pretty nice. So I've got my short bias now, so looking for shorts, not really looking for any longs. I'm not looking to counter trade at the moment, just because especially when you're in a retracement, sometimes the retracements are quite harsh. Like you get a lot of these sort of candles. You get some big red ones come out, and they can sort of surprise you as well. They just appear out of nowhere, and all of a sudden, bang, 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 you're down, down, down. So I don't like counter trend trading on the up, like on the way up, just because it can fall away so easily. But what I'm sort of picking here is a bit of a bear flag that's building now. You would assume it's going to drop down, and look, if they want to hurry this up, they probably will break it down, and will probably fall through this trend and drop even lower and sort of skew it down even faster, sort of thing, which would potentially form some newer patterns. Let's say, for example, we start forming a descending triangle if we pull down a little bit harsher, sort of thing. Otherwise, if there is still a bit of bullish activity in the market, which you do normally see at the start of a downtrend. So just as a downtrend starts, you see people trying to fight it because there's still, people sort of playing catch up. So you do still see a little bit of bullish activity, but once it really gets momentum, it falls away, and those little hiccups get a little bit smaller, I find. So I'm not ruling out a bit of a push up to the top of this trend, but there is every bit of chance it could break down. So I'm not looking to long up to here to where my target is. I'm just looking around this area here to put a short in. Actually, I think it was a little bit higher. It's pretty much on the two closes here around that 8-1 mark. So I'm hoping that we sort of push up towards here. So I'm back in BTC after this drop, looking to push up to this mark here, and then I'll probably do a small cover trade and start shorting again, and that will be my sort of target around 7,000 or so, I would say, for the next sort of leg down. So even though 6K is my target, I'm not going to hold a short. I'm not going to hold a short through this. I'm going to short it till we bounce, and then close the short, wait for it to get into another better position, open another short, write it down, close when it bounces, wait for it to go back up and short it down again. Not only are you going to make more money doing that way, but you run the risk. If you stay in a short too long, say you stay in this and you're in good profit, and then it bounces up, you're like, nah, I'm going to stay in it because I'm pretty sure it's going down here. And then all of a sudden it goes, boom, breakout. Oh shit, back to where I was. So you're better off closing at maximum profit where you find that first bounce, or where it finds resistance in the fall, or technically support in the drop. You're looking for a better place to get into a position. As we know, the best place to get into a position for a short is at the top of supply, or at the top of resistance, at the top of a downtrend. Anything like that is going to be the best position to get into a short. So that's what I'm waiting for. So same thing here. I'm waiting for this to pull up, jump into a short, write it down, get out, jump into a short, write it down. So keep doing that. Final target, I'll probably throw back in around this 6 mark. And, we may not even get there. We might break out from here. We might even break out from here. We don't know. But that's just something you got to keep an eye on as we go up. 8,000 is probably going to be resistance at the moment. Oh, I always do this. I draw all this shit over this chart, and then I forget that you can't just get rid of one. That sort of 8,000 mark here is probably going to be fairly strong resistance, just being a psychological number, and it has had some touches on it already. So 8,000 is resistance. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see a knockback there. It just doesn't quite line up with where I'm thinking for a potential downtrend, and I'm looking at those last two closes there. So anywhere within that range, I might even contemplate averaging in from say 8,000 to say 8,1 or something like that, and that'll sort of be my zone to average in, as long as everything's sort of lining up and still looks good for a short. And that's probably what I'm going to do.